On today's episode, we're going to talk about the difference between a mortgage broker, a mortgage banker, and a bank. So this segment is going to be about what's the difference between a mortgage broker and a mortgage banker and a bank. So 3 different levels of individuals that actually provide mortgage services. So the first person I want to talk about is the mortgage broker. So that's what we are at Just Mortgages, is a broker. So a broker goes out and finds lenders that loan money to borrowers, which are you, people like yourself that are looking to purchase a home or refinance, buy an investment property, and then we find the best lender that matches the borrowers. So a broker gives the ability to the borrower to be able to shop around, if you will. So we shop for the best rates, we shop for the best terms, we shop for a lender that's actually going to close the loan on time. That's important when you're dealing with a lender, is make sure that they're serious about the close date. Because we find out in the marketplace that a lot of banks just don't really care. That's a suggestion, that date on when you're closing. At Just Mortgages, we make sure that that close date sticks. And we hold our borrowers accountable to make sure they provide us the documentation, get us everything in a timely manner, so we can perform on our end to make sure you get into that house on time. And that's very, very important. So as a mortgage banker, that's the next level. All that means that that mortgage broker has a line of credit with a bank, and they close that loan in their name, and then they resell the loan to somebody else. You don't have to be concerned about how that's structured. Just understand that that is not a big difference between a mortgage broker and being a banker, okay? So it doesn't adjust your rate, things like that. It doesn't affect your terms whatsoever. It's just the structure and how the broker or the banker gets your loan to the marketplace and who buys those. What about like a Wells Fargo, a Bank of America, those kind of big banks that you know and you have your checking account and your car loan with? That's a bank. They do loans as well, but remember, they do all these other things at the same time. We only do just mortgages. We specialize in that. That's what we are. We are a specialist. We're not a generalist. So you kind of want to go to somebody who knows that very well, and that's what they eat, sleep, and drink on a daily basis. And that's with us on mortgages. So understand the different levels of service. I think you get it, obviously, since we're a broker, we feel we give the superior service in the marketplace, and we see that with our referral partners telling us that look, the big banks just don't get the job done, and we want you to do our loans. And so we take that and run with it and make sure that we close on time. We're closing our loans right now in usually 21 days or less, when the banks are taking 45 days. Don't write a 30-day contract with some banks, because they're just not going to close it on time, or they'll extend it later. So just make sure that you understand the differences between those type of individuals. Are you getting different terms? Everybody has different rates. So are we the least expensive in town? I'm not going to tell anybody that we have the lowest rate, and I'll tell you why. Because somebody who has the lowest rate is trying to buy bad service. They have bad service, that's why they have to buy the market and lower their interest rates, because you don't really care if you get good service because I got a really good deal. Well, can't you still get a really good deal and get good service? That's what we provide, because we're very, very competitive. We know what we're doing, and we close on time, and we take it seriously. And again, we're going to go back to that family-owned business that we have, and not a shareholder-owned business that really doesn't care if you close on time. So one of the biggest differences with our mortgage broker platform that we like is the fact that we have the ability to be fluid. So fluid meaning that we can take a loan, if it doesn't fit with one lender and they don't like it, we can move that loan very quickly over to another lender and still close on time. So if you go to a big bank that's just one entity, you have one underwriter that's making a decision. If you come to a broker, you have 5 underwriters that that have a chance to make a decision. You have better chances having a decision made in your favor with 5 underwriters than with 1. And then you have to restart over again. So if you go to a bank and they say no, then gosh, you got to start a whole new system over with somebody else. Whereas with us, we take the same file and shop it over with multiple lenders, and we only pull credit once. See, that's the good thing. It's not like we go to a car dealership and you get your your credit pulled 15 times, we pull it once and they use our credit report. They do not re-pull their own credit. And that credit's good for 120 days, which is good because if you start with us and then you go out and find a house, 60 days from now, 90 days from now, we don't have to re-pull credit. We use the same credit report. You don't get your credit score slammed and you close on time and we get that thing done. But it's our job is to get the thing to the finish line. One of the biggest issues we have when we compare us to banks is the fact that we don't have multiple things going on at the same time. We're not doing car loans, we're not doing CDs, we're not doing commercial loans, we're doing loans for residential purchase and refinance. So we specialize in that. And hence the name Just Mortgages. We had a lady call when we first started our business and she said, "Do you guys do car loans?" And I said, "No ma'am, just mortgages." And I said, "Hey, I kind of like that." So that's kind of how the name came out, is just saying, look, we specialize in that because you have to do something very, very well. You focus on it and you do it with all your heart and you get your job done. You don't do other things and get off on other tangents. So that's why we're different from the big banks. If you like this video and you're looking to buy your first or next home, give us a call or visit our website.